What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. So if this is your first time watching my channel, my name is Ruby. Thank you for coming. Today we're gonna be actually doing a flawless foundation application. So I'm gonna be going over primer, prepping the skin, tools, what techniques to use, and all of that. Make sure you like before you forget, girl, and also subscribe. Hit that little bell right there too, so you know what's up and you know when I drop a video. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with your flawless foundation. So right now I have these Sky Iceland eye pads. Basically what they're gonna do is they're like hydro cooling firming eye gels. They work in 10 minutes, basically gonna firm, release, hydrate, depuff, and reduce the signs of premature aging. So because I'm going to be highlighting and using multiple products, I want to make sure that my under eyes are really nice and hydrated, and the more hydrated they are, the softer it'll look and the less lines there will be. So that's what I'm doing here. So what we're going to start with is going to be our skin prep. Okay, so skin prep is going to be very important, very essential to the flawless foundation application. Depending on your skin type, depends on what products you want to use. So starting off with my skin, I have more combo skin, so that is going to mean that I get both oily and dry in certain areas. So for me, I have more of the oiliness that comes through in this area. Really, my forehead is not that much, but my nose right here, I feel like it's the most. Also, one of my concerns is texture and pores, so I really want to address that concern with certain products as well. So I'm going to be showing you guys what products are going to be for what and where you want to apply those products. So the last part of my face that's more combo is gonna be here around my mouth, where I feel like I get the most dry. So if I wash my face and I don't put any moisturizer on, it feels really tight and uncomfortable. So I really want to make sure that I hydrate a little bit extra in that area. Therefore, my foundation is just gonna stay better and no dry patches or separation of makeup will occur throughout the day. So our first step is gonna be Drunk Elephant PROTINI moisturizer. This is a really good moisturizer. I basically describe this as a protein shake for your face. It's so cool too. I love the packaging on this because it actually has a pump to it, so it's very hygienic. You're not gonna waste product because once you pump it, it gives you exactly what you need, which is going to be about a dime size that you want to use for your moisturizer. Okay, so after you get it here, you can just go ahead and grab it so you don't dip your fingers in there. So once I get the moisturizer, I go ahead and warm it up on my hands, and then I'm going to go in and press. And if you notice, I go straight in and press where I get the most dry, which is around my mouth, and that's where I focus, where I first start, which is gonna be the most product that you're gonna have in the beginning. So you want to go ahead and apply that where you feel like you need it the most. Don't forget the neck. Oh my god, it feels like super tight, super stretched out. Oh damn, it's not even like wet. I thought it was gonna be a little bit wet. It just literally like smoothed out everything. Damn. Okay, so after that you want to go in and apply eye cream. Of course, same thing what I started off saying is that we're going to be applying concealer. If anything, if you like to bake or if you want to set under the eyes, you want to make sure that it's very hydrated and smooth. The eye cream that I've been obsessed with is same from Drunk Elephant. If you guys haven't checked out this brand, you guys need to. It's awesome. It's also very clean, so if you have sensitive skin, this is a good brand to try. This is the TANGO multivitamin eye cream. This is the one that I use for the day. So I have another one that I use just for night, but this is the one that's for the day. It has that vitamin C, so it helps to brighten under the eyes. I feel like it's thin enough to apply products on top where it's not going to be heavy or kind of move the product throughout the day. So this is a really nice eye cream. Eye cream is very important, and it's a really good investment because your eye creams are not going to last you a month or two, not even 3. I would say it will probably last you anywhere from like 4 to 6 months depending on what you're using. So very important to use eye cream. The same moisturizer that you apply on the face, you do not want to apply under the eyes. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of eye cream. So I'm just going to do 1 pump. This is how much I'm applying. And this is also really cool packaging because it flips where you can close it, so it keeps the product actually really airtight, and it keeps the ingredients in it a lot more potent. So I'm gonna use your ring finger because it's gonna be the finger that has the less tension, the less pressure under the eye from the inner corner and patting and going all the way upwards towards the temples. A cool tip is to, whatever's left on your fingers, you can go ahead and apply around the lips. Around the lips is where we also get fine lines, so the eye cream kind of helps with that as well. You want to remember that your body is made up of more than 50% water, so hydrating and prepping your skin before a makeup application is gonna be like watering plants. It's gonna make them brighter, plump, happier. So you want to think about your skin like that. When you're prepping your skin, you're hydrating and you're plumping, and it's really preparing your skin to go ahead and have all these other products on top of it. So if you were to go ahead and totally skip the prepping part of applying your foundation, it's not going to wear the same throughout the day. Depending on your skin, it could basically come off, move, separate the makeup, or it can create dry patches on the skin which will look uneven. So you really want to make sure that you take the time to really prep and hydrate the skin. So now we're going to go into prepping. I was low-key sleeping on this a little bit. I've had it for a cool minute. So this is the TATCHA Silk Canvas Primer. It's bomb. It works really, really well. It's basically going to be just more smoothing. Like I mentioned in the beginning, my pores is one of my concerns. So this is going to help with that, to lay down my foundation nice and smooth, and so my pores minimize and it looks smaller as well. So with this one, I'm just going to go ahead and get a little bit of it. I just kind of get a tiny bit, so I'm gonna get about this much. That's not a little bit, but this like literally goes a long way, so you need a very tiny bit. I'm gonna go ahead and start on my cheeks. Remember, you want to start where your concern is. So for me, my concern of my pores is gonna be more in this area here. So if you saw, I also warmed it up and pressed it just how I did with my moisturizer, and then I go ahead and smooth it out. I'm gonna go ahead and do this, make sure I do that, smooth that shit out. So I'm actually gonna multi-prime. So I did the silk canvas on basically all over my face except for this area here, which is gonna be my driest area. For this area here, I'm gonna go in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. This is amazing for more dry, even normal skin, but this is really, really, really good. It actually has hyaluronic acid infused into the formula, which is the skincare ingredient, which hydrates from the inside out. There are some primers that do everything in one. I wanted to show you guys this one here, which is another one of my favorites. I'm not going to be using it today, but this is really, really bomb. This is like a hybrid primer. This is going to be the Primed in Peachy primer from Too Faced. So this works amazing too. This one's a hybrid primer because it hydrates, it smooths pores, and it actually mattifies as well. I do find that the Silk Canvas primer actually smooths a little bit more, so that's why I wanted to use it, just so my makeup goes even more flawless. That's another primer that you guys can use or try out that I do recommend, and I know for a fact that works really, really well. So after your primer is on, I like to let it sit for like, I don't know, 35 minutes. So I'll apply it, I'll do my hair or I'll change or whatever and let it sit a little bit just so it absorbs nice into the skin. And then I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my corrector. So the corrector that I love using is the Makeup Forever HD corrector in R40. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little bit of my hand here, and I'm just gonna use my fingers and apply where I have a little bit of darkness or any discoloration that I want to get rid of. Go ahead and go in with my foundation. The foundation that I've been using right now is the LANCOME TEINT IDOLE 24-hour foundation in color 435. Really, really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and just pump a couple pumps into my hand, and I'm gonna go in 47 brush from Sephora. So as you can see, it's a little bit fluffy angled, but it's kind of flat also a little bit at the same time. That's gonna help with the coverage of the foundation. So I usually like to start at the cheek area, kind of like jaw area, kind of here. And if you see, I'm doing more of a patty motion. stippling motion. Also pay attention to my hand placement on the brush. It's about a little bit further away than halfway, which is gonna allow for a really nice and flawless application instead of going in and holding really close to the barrel, which is gonna add a lot of tension and might kind of leave lines when you apply. So after I go ahead and apply all over with my brush, I like to go back in with my beauty blender and just go ahead and soften out and just kind of press the foundation into the skin. I feel like this step, like, it gives it that natural effect. The brush is really going to create that coverage for you, and then your beauty blender is just going to create that flawless blend. I remember I would pump my foundation like 4 or 5 times, and I'm like, that's way too much. Like, what am I doing wrong? So I actually started trying this technique where I go in with the brush first and then just blend with the beauty blender. I've saved so much foundation, and it actually looks better, and you spend less time trying to blend and dab. So now that we've flawlessly applied the foundation, we're gonna go ahead and add some concealer, a little bit of contour, and just set the foundation. So one tip for when you're blending your concealer is either to hold your mirror up and look up at the mirror like this, or just tilt my head down and look upwards. What this is gonna help with is the little lines right here. So if you see right here what we're doing, it's nice and stretched out, rather than when you look straight, your natural lines are just gonna be there. So it's easier for the product to go into the lines and not blend as good as when you have your eyes like this. So before I go in and set this, I'm gonna actually do a tiny bit of contour. This is gonna be a lot more of a natural contour. Done that, I'm gonna go ahead and set. So I'm gonna go ahead with my Van Nuys luxury powder. This is in the color Buff. I love this. I use it for myself and for my clients as well. Very good powder. It's super thin, super smooth, doesn't enhance any of the lines. Not super matte, but it does control oil. I like to go in and just get a little bit on the cap, and I'm gonna work with my beauty blender. And before you go in and set, you need to make sure that it's super blended under the eyes. Right here it already kind of creased a little bit, you guys can see that. So I'm gonna go back in with a beauty blender that doesn't have any product in there, and then just make sure that it's nice and blended. Now I'm gonna go in with the powder. Remember to tilt your head down or bring your mirror upwards, and you're just pressing. For all over the face, I like to use the Fenty Universal Invisimatte powder. And I'm still gonna go in with my beauty blender, and this is just translucent, great for any skin type. It's literally translucent, no white cast, no anything. So I'm just gonna go in with my beauty blender and go in and press everywhere else that I did not apply. And I also love to bake in my nose because that prevents me from retouching the whole day. So after I go in and set my foundation, I go back in with my Van Nuys powder, my beauty blender, and I go in and just apply here in this area here and let that bake for a little bit. I do YouTube now. Yummy. Let's keep in touch. So the flawless foundation is pretty flawless if you ask me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add some highlight, bronzer, blush, and a lip color, and then come back and show you guys the finished look. So here's my flawless foundation look. I believe it is pretty flawless. So I hope these little tips and tricks helped you guys. Comment below, let me know what's up, let me know what you guys learned, let me know what you guys want to watch, let me know, yeah, let me know everything. But yeah, so thank you guys for taking your time out of your day and watching my video. I wish you flawless foundation for all your life. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video.